Hi there, it's me, your friendly neighborhood artist, and I'm going to be using a different mic for today because it is midnight and my husband is singing very loud Japanese karaoke. So this is going to be about the 404 Media's A16Z funded AI platform for generated images that could be categorized as CSAM, and CSAM is minor related images. OctoML, a startup that helps companies optimize and deploy their machine learning models, debated whether or not it was ethical and legally risky to generate images for CivitAI. And CivitAI is a model sharing website. They knew that at least 60% of the images on CivitAI were not safe for work, and that some of them were non-consensual, meaning like deep fakes and possibly like revenge porn. The company thought that this could pose two ethical and potentially legally problematic issues, that the AI models could produce sexual images of children or real people. 404 Media viewed the logs of text prompts written by CivitAI users, and OctoML turned those into images, including instructions to make a girl look not like an adult, old, or have big breasts in the prompt. And even though they knew this, OctoML kept working with CivitAI after discovering that the company was basically generating explicit images of minors, but decided not to advertise that they had a relationship like that. And the thing is like, don't you understand that that's like really gross? Like, the thing is this is all about money, and the fact that it is all about money is just really gross to me. Like, you have to know that if you're generating for money, you're probably generating like not safe for work material. And man, it's dudes. It's just always dudes. Dudes do this. This is not girls. Girls aren't doing this. This is gross dude. Okay? And the thing is that the news shows how technology companies profit from generative AI, and they do. And the thing is this is for profit. This has always been for profit from the beginning, and that's why they don't care if they have a consent issue from beginning to end, because it's for profit. The ethical concerns that they are facing as they adopt these tools, as opposed to the highly speculative concerns where the potential extinction of humanity in the face of artificial intelligence. So despite people being like, hey, maybe we should take a step back and look at this, people are like, no, let's not do that. We're just going to keep doing things the way we are, super hard and fast, and hopefully we'll get to the singularity that everyone's hoping for. Like, no one's hoping for the singularity here, okay?
Yeah, don't you see the danger, John, inherent in what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
It's hardly appropriate to start hurling generalizations.
If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
If you want AI to help people, then you have to do it in a way where it's actually helping them, not harming them, and this is harming them. This is not helping anybody. It's just not. Because if you have people who are predating on others, they're not going to stop. It's already been proven. They're not going to stop just because you say don't do it. They're going to figure out a way around it. And this is their way around it. This is not going to help anybody. It's gross. Anyway, OctoML says that they've taken measures to address customers and user safety concerns, including instituting strict policies to ensure proper handling of sensitive and harmful content, and establishing reporting procedures to relevant government agencies. But they're not doing that. They never do that stuff. They say that they do, but they don't. It's just a lie. It's just a lie. And the thing is their servers are hosted by Amazon, and Amazon has a strict policy that prohibits CSAM material, and anyone found in that violation is subject to account termination. You cannot tell me that this is not happening on purpose. because there's like, you're telling me that Amazon can't be like seeing that this is a problem. It says in the article that Amazon is looking into it in quotations, but we'll see if they're actually looking into it, because now you can like not even have Stable Diffusion on your computer. You can just work on Civit-AI, and Civit-AI has all these models, and a lot of them are unethical or just straight up using artists' content without their permission. You can't tell me that there's no moral issues with taking an artist's work, uploading it to Civit-AI after making a model, then somebody is using that service that is probably a paid for service. I haven't even gone to Civit-AI in a long time, but I'm sure that's probably going to be paid for at some point. And then generating content with an artist's work as the base. So, like for example, I don't make not safe for work content. So if someone stole my work and decided to make a model and uploaded it onto Civit-AI, someone's making not safe for work content with my work, and that is strictly against my own wishes. So you can't see where that's like really, you can't, I don't understand how these type of people can't see that that's an issue. But you know what? They all have problems with consent in the first place. So meh. It's known as being a bit of a legal gray zone. Civit-AI is a site used for sharing custom text-to-image models. But when you go look at it, you can tell who it is made for. It's made for men. The third most downloaded model of all time on Civit-AI, it's a safe for work model, right? But when you mix it with the deliberate model, it can produce pornographic images. A fairly innocent short prompt, girl, boy, 15, hyper detailed, automatically generates unethical, shocking content. Why does that need to exist? Why do you need to do that? Gross. Who's doing that? There might be some people that are not. There's a reason that the front cover of Civit-AI is covered in women. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to Civit-AI right now, and we're gonna see what the front page is like. We're gonna go under models. Oh, look at that. Okay, and we're back. We're back now. Now that you guys can see this, look at this. It's all women. All women on the main page. You're telling me that this isn't made for men? Get out of here. The problem is that a lot of the AI models are trained on photographs of real people to producing more convincing AI-generated content than the image of their likeness. And that includes celebrities, porn stars, children, people you know, literally anyone. And the thing is Civit-AI terms of service allow these users to share models that are designed to create better images and better pornographic images, but it forbids the users to sharing images of non-consensual pornography. However, the article 404 Media has found at least one bounty for a non-consensual image, and a bounty is a challenge created by the users carrying a specific buzz reward. As such, bounties are used as a way for the community to collaborate and solve real-world generative AI challenges and will be rewarded for contributing to the community. There's different kinds of bounties. There's model creation, lore creation, embedded creation, data sets, data caption, image creation, video creation, and other. And now that you know what they are, the thing is that 404 Media has at least found one bounty for a person who is not a celebrity or a public figure. Despite these documented instances of harm, there's been no response from Civit-AI. And the thing is there's other popular tools that people have used, like Midjourney, DALL-E, and Wonder. And I'm not sure about Wonder because I've never used it, but I know it exists. They simply refuse to produce adult content. When trying to generate nude images with DALL-E, they receive content warning. You can go onto Reddit and kind of see what people say, where they get really frustrated because there's a lot of like things that they can't generate that way. But at the same time, some of that stuff you don't need to generate anyway. Weirdos. This next part is that on June 8th, Moreau, the co-founder of OctoML, he wrote in his AI ethics Slack room that over 60% of the images on Civit-AI were not safe for work, and that some versions were clearly trained on celebrities and some of them on porn stars. This started a long debate on whether OctoML should keep working with AI, but overall, they still continue to work with them. And the thing is Civit-AI made up their own team of moderators, but they don't do it. It's an idea. It's not real. And the thing is many of the negative prompts were users who are trying to be more precise about the things that the AI does. They're generating stuff like clothes, adult, old, big breasts, and big breasts. But they're also putting stuff in the prompt in that Slack discussion that was pasted that was like girl and dog, short girl, pimp, slut, petite, girl, potty, vulva, young, very young, orgasm, not safe for work, lewd pose, interspecies, euvelia, sex with dog. Why do you need to do that? And the logs posted that the prompt was complete. Disgusting. What's wrong with you? Why are you guys gross? Ugh. Like, I can't believe, like, the thing is this is what I said from the beginning. This is being used just to make porn. It's not, it's barely, I feel like AI is barely being used for what? Expanding the horizons of people who can use art that are unskilled. It's made for everyone. You know who it's made for? It's made for people who are gross. And people who are gross are doing this. That's why it's in the news. You can't say it's all bad actors when you look at Civit-AI, and a lot of it is women, declothed women, not safe for work content. All you gotta do is look on like DeviantArt and Reddit. If you look at Reddit, oh my god, not everyone, okay, that's going too far, but almost every person who I click who is in AI wars, they have posted work that's like not safe for work and nude and pornographic. And they link to somewhere else we can find them. Some of them have Patreons that are locking most of their content, so you go and buy their stuff. You know, I mean, there's loads of people who don't do that, but I feel like they're in a minority. Going back to the article, 404 Media can't say for certain whether these images technically qualify as CSAM, but when you see it, it kind of does feel that way. When you see young, very young. When I was attempting to use Stable Diffusion, like, for example, if I didn't put in woman adult or woman like 25 years old at least, I would get a girl who I was like not sure if she was over the age of 18 sometimes. The workers at OctoML found hundreds of problematic prompts and images, but continued generating content for Civit-AI. And the vast majority of those prompts were trying to generate explicit images. Like sexual ones. I just don't. If literally everybody knows that this is like a bad thing, why can't we just be rid of it? I'm not saying get rid of AI. I'm saying make it so that you can't do like nude stuff. You can't do stuff with children. But apparently, from what I've gathered, even if you train a model exclusively on adults, it will still be able to create a child. So maybe you can't use child in prompts. Like maybe the future of Stable Diffusion that they're definitely going to sell as a closed source product at some point. Maybe that version is the version that where you can't put children in the prompt, just like on Midjourney, and you can't have sex in the prompt, just like Midjourney and all the other ones. That's the way to go, because if you let people just have a product for free where they can exploit it, they're going to end up exploiting children at some point. The co-founder of OctoML said that the company decided to announce Civit-AI as a client after a discussion with Civit-AI founder, and that they're going to continue to reevaluate and learn more. But on June 14th, Civit-AI is listed as one of its featured clients already using the service. And a post said that the team is planning to launch their service with OctoAI in the near future. Civit-AI was able to engineer OctoAI's optimized Stable Diffusion endpoint very easily and is excited to be partnering with them. But the thing is that a BBC story about AI-generated CSAM images restarted the debate on how Civit-AI and OctoML's head of machine learning sys product said that there are nefarious actors on Civit-AI who write prompts that produce harmful content despite Civit-AI's ban on photorealistic depictions of minors. So the thing is that the site cannot be moderated, and it is not moderated. It's not. If you can find that stuff real easy, then the site's not being moderated well enough. And alright, so an OctoML software engineer said, no one will say that they want minor generated images that are sexual to be on their platform, but very few will actually invest the effort to stop it. because the thing is they don't think the cost is high enough to actually deal with the problem. Like, if it became a legal issue and the government started getting involved, you bet your butter they would definitely do something about it. I frequently hear engineers argue, no tool is evil, it's how you use it. And the software engineer continued, nuclear energy is harnessed to power our energy needs. It's also engineered into a fundamentally different shape than what we drop to decimate cities, and we can shape our algorithms differently too. Which is true. Anna Connolly, the VIP of customer success at OctoML, replied that they're doing everything that they can to prevent the use of its service for something like this, and was actively building out its trust and safety policy to reinforce the action, which I would hope that they're doing, but we'll have to see about that. And on September 17th, OctoML hosted a virtual event with several executives from generative AI companies. Knight asked the panelists about ethical concerns regarding generative AI and was told that OctoML had recently hired a lead of trust and safety for this reason. 2 of the other 4 panelists answered the question and explained that they're doing the same thing and getting better moderation teams. But Civit-AI didn't answer, and when 404 Media questioned them about the non-consensual content on their platform, Civit-AI, it was deleted from the chat. OctoML has been downplaying this whole situation since the beginning because they're getting money. And they're like, if I get rich, who cares? I mean, eventually, I think something's going to go where they have to put on the not safe for work feature because of Amazon. And when they came out with a case study about how its tech powers one of the biggest stable diffusion communities in the world today, and that this helps generate a peak of more than 1 million images a day, they did leave out that was actually Civit-AI. And they kept Civit-AI out of it for PR and for brevity reasons, because you can't say, oh, well, it's so amazing, look at this, but also they're doing these terrible things and they might be creating minor related images that are sexual. And the fundamental problem with the state of AI, Civit-AI can generate CSAM even when that wasn't the intention. And the model that generated CSAM is no longer available, but modified versions are available to download on other sites. And the thing is just because it's not available on the website, somebody made it, put it up there, people downloaded it, and even if it was taken off, people still have it and they distribute it. So you're not doing anyone any favors. Saftel, a Civit-AI user who created the model called the Uber Realistic Porn Merge, recommends using words like woman and man in your prompts instead of girl or boy, and use negative prompts like child or childish to avoid generating CSAM. And despite all of this, Civit-AI did not solve its non-consensual content problem. If anything, it got worse, and the prompts 404 Media has seen in the server logs were generated weeks after OctoML Slack discussion. Perhaps one of the most troubling issues with Civit-AI and the AI-generated sexual images is that they can generate what is considered to be CSAM, even if that wasn't the intention. Like the prompt that I told you before, girl:boy:15, is what generated the CSAM stuff. And Saftel suggests that there should be an embedding that disallows girl or boy or child or childish to be, it should be enforced in the positive prompts. And the thing is that, Saftel's a man, okay. What's helped me from created accidental imagery, I know a lot of us have used the term girl for women, but AI cannot understand the difference. So that's why he suggests using only like woman in the prompt. Because some people do use girl and just get a woman. So that's kind of, I guess, a gray area. And the thing is that CivitAI, the Layon set, which contains data of people of all ages, so it can create adult content if asked to. And the head of OctoML's machine learning sys product said that, to be clear, each and every prompt I use to describe a safe for work by Civit-AI, and yet we still encounter ARM content all the time. It says that one of the staff engineers at OctoML said that the company needed a trust but verify approach to working with customers like Civit-AI. We don't just put the onus on the customer to moderate, we put the onus on them to demonstrate to us that they are moderating effectively. the software engineer said, there is no standard or evaluating guidelines for generative AI ethics, but we certainly need one. And that's 100% true. It is ridiculous that this type of content can be created in the first place, and that there was nobody in the room when it came to the idea of consent. And that's this is the thing, is all of this comes from the beginning of consent. And consent is the fundamental problem with AI. That's why Midjourney and all those other ones, they're not nearly as bad as Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion is the worst. Because with Stable Diffusion, you can do anything you want, and that's what the AI bros like. They can do anything they want. That's why most of them use Stable Diffusion, despite paying for other things. I think that the only thing that you can do is that these pay-for generation things need to have a not safe for work content where it cannot be used in this way. I think overall, AI, because it has a content issue from the beginning, like, imagine this, like, they're so rude and so gross that they use artists' work in this way, and then people too. So it's like, I'm sure that there's images of loads of people that you probably know inside of that data set. And, this is a warning, like, keep your kids off the internet. Like, as far as like their images, do not put their images on there, because you don't know who's looking at those images and who is saving those images. And on top of that, like, what I just saw the other day that was really gross? Someone used Gabby from AOT, and they put it in a thumbnail for their video talking about the Titans. And in that thumbnail, it had her head on top of a very mature woman body that was barely clothed, and it had big titties and a big ass. But it wasn't like older version of her. It was just her head on top of that body. Kind of gross. So it's just, this is a straight shot to consent being an issue from the beginning all the way to the end. The best way to get rid of it is that all of these images should have been licensed to begin with in the first place. And afterwards, because these things are for pay, they're going to be for pay. All the companies involved in this situation, they should be better. You should be be better. Like, just be better. Just stop being nasty. What's wrong with you? There is a definite CSAM issue with AI. This is not the first time I've come across this. And this is not the first time I've come across the issue with deepfakes and revenge porn stuff with AI, because it's a problem. I think I posted an article where Congress had issues with wanting to see if they could fix that issue. Like, the thing is like, there's also like the harm principle, where it's like, because you're not harming anyone, it's okay. But the thing is how do you know that it's not harming anybody? It's harming the person looking at it, and it's harming the person making it, because they're gross. They have a problem that needs to be dealt with. And the person looking at it also has a problem that needs to be dealt with. So there's harm being made. Anyway, I know this video was kind of like weird and kind of gross, but I feel like there's not enough artists covering this type of stuff, because it's generally not what artists would be looking for. But the thing is that I think that it's an important situation, because a lot of artists were used in the making of AI. That, there is one piece of my work that's in that Leon set, and I'm sure that there's loads of other artists that have their work in there. And this is the reason why people should still be angry that their art was being abused this way, because we never needed this technology. No one needed this. No one needed AI generated images. Not even artists. Nobody needed it. And it's being used as an abuse tool. You can say the tools don't abuse, but if you give people the right to do it, yeah, it can. I 100% disagree, especially with digital tools. Like, I don't think that AI is a tool. I think it's a replacement. And because tools don't do stuff like this, it's just whatever, man. Well, I hope that you guys found this article interesting, and I hope that maybe it has resurged you in feeling that AI content is terrible, and Stable Diffusion is the worst of them. The worst. And it needs to be sorted. And CivitAI, the owner, is gross. He's gross. OctoML is gross for not cutting and severing ties. And Amazon will eventually deal with it. And think about this. We're now counting on Jeff Bezos to do something about this. Oh my god, what has the world come to? Okay, guys. I mean, and we have Elon Musk saying, don't even worry about it because the digital god is coming. Like, this is... Okay. Anyway, guys, catch you later. See you in the next one.